working on trying to send my car back to the United States. So my main goal is to take this car, take it back to California, and register it over there. Okay, so there's going to be some challenges, some things I'm going to be coming across, and I'll explain the different steps that I have gone through so far. So as you can tell, this is my R32 Skyline GTR. Alright, pretty much stock right here. Only thing I have done to it is intake and exhaust, and everything else is pretty much stock. So I'll let you know about the adventures that I'm going to be taking. It's pretty much stock. All it is just a Momo steering wheel and a Razzle shift knob. Okay. This is geared towards pretty much all the guys that are trying to go to bring the car back to the States. This is one of the guys right there. He's trying to take one of the Land Cruisers out to the US also. So yeah, there you go. So hey, this is for all the service members that are trying to import or export the car out from Okinawa, Japan back to the stateside. Background on the car, it's a 91, so it's old enough. It's over 25 years old. My buddy right here, his car is a little bit newer, so he's gonna have a couple more different challenges and everything. But the different forms that I've come across so far are the deregistration form that you're gonna have to come across. So you're gonna have to go down to the base registration, and that's where I'm going right now. I'm gonna have to drive to Camp Foster and fill out some forms, pay about 1,000 yen, and then after that we're gonna go into the next step. I've been looking around online, trying to find out more proper steps and everything on how to ship your car back to the States and stuff, and I got some answers here and there. So the things that I have to come across so far, just to give you a heads up, I'm on the expressway right now. So the things that I had to come across so far was I had to go to our DMO section, and what they did was they gave me a booklet, which I'll show you guys a little bit later on the things that they require. There's steps for people that are trying to take cars that are over 25 years old, and people that are trying to take cars that are under 25 years old. So for me, it's a lot easier, a lot less steps to take, and they were pretty helpful on the things that I needed to do. And you know, having a video might be a lot easier for the guys that are trying to do this also. I mean, a lot of you guys are stateside right now, and I'm pretty sure you're thinking, hey, maybe I should go overseas and pick up an awesome car and then bring it back with me, export it, you know, have the government pay for it because it's one of your entitlements for being out here. All right, so anybody that does like a deployment wise, as in UDP or FDF, you guys don't rate this stuff for shipment, you know. But all the other guys that are here for unaccompanied for 2 years, and that's what I did, or if you were to be accompanied for 3 years, then you guys will rate this on your orders. So the things that I had to go through so far was the shipping process. So I had to send my household goods and everything, and they asked if I had a POV to ship also. So I told them that I do have a POV. I have a Skyline GTR. So one of the considerations that you got to think about for trying to bring your car back to the US. So to ship a car from Japan over to the US, you have to remember that if you have a car in storage, you only rate 1. Okay, so you have a car in storage in the US and you're trying to bring the car back to the US from Japan, you only rate 1. So the guy that I bought this car from actually had a car that was already in storage. So since this car was in storage and the bill came out to be $10,000, he had a choice to choose whether to send this car back to the US on the government's dime for, you know, roughly around $3,000 savings for the shipment, or have the government pay for $10,000 in the storage fees. So he was a smart guy, and you know, he chose something that's worth more to him, and that's how I was able to come up on this beautiful car right here. So I was able to get the car for a pretty good deal. What inspired me to make this video, okay? Actually, I've been going on YouTube a lot lately, researching and checking out the different cars that are out here in Japan, and the different things that people do, and you know, just YouTube. And Actually, the person that inspired me a lot to make this video was a guy named Your Car Bro, and it's pretty cool, the different things that he's doing. So the everyday life that we live out here in Okinawa, Japan, you know, we live on a tropical island, okay? And it's so beautiful out here, and you know, everything's so green, the beaches are so amazing that I thought I'd share to everybody else out there in YouTube that, hey, you know, Okinawa is one of the most beautiful places to be at, and I think you guys should check it out. If you had the opportunity to come out to Okinawa, Japan, and be stationed out here, or if you were to be a civilian that wanted to go travel and see something else, see something beautiful, this is the place to be. Just got to the vehicle registration place over here at Camp Foster. All right, I'll make sure to send you guys a photo of the building so you can see how it looks like and everything, and I'll show you the building number. So, and I'll bring out the paperwork to show you what I filled out so far to make sure I deregistered my vehicle so that I can have it ready to be exported out to the VPC center, the Vehicle Processing Center. When you're done deregistering your car, you should have a package that looks just like this right here, okay? So all your paperwork, all the stuff that you had, you should get this form right here. And this is your title. All the documents that you just saw right there, they're all the things that you need to take over to the LTO. So the LTO is the place where you finalize the deregistration for your vehicle. So what I'm gonna have to do now is take my vehicle down to the Naha port, where they're gonna leave my car, and then they're gonna put it on ship, and then they're gonna go from there, send it over to US. So after I bring it over to that place, they give me some more paperwork, and I take that paperwork with me to prove that the vehicle is no longer under registration inside Japan. So then I take all that stuff and bring it over to the LTO. I'll find out what that means and everything, but it's pretty much the Japanese DMV. So I take it over to there, and then they're gonna give me more paperwork, and I'm gonna take that paperwork and bring it back over to the vehicle registration place, and then I'll bring it to them, and then they'll have everything off my name, and then I'll be able to check out of Okinawa. My next order of business is going to be going to the insurance center, make sure I take it off the insurance for just driving on regular everyday roads and everything. So the thing that I'm gonna do next is get insurance for shipping. So just in case the ship ever sinks in the middle of the ocean, I wouldn't lose all the money that I put into this car. A couple things that I need to make sure I mention on this video. The Vehicle Processing Center, they told me that I need to make sure that I have less than a quarter tank of gas inside my car, and to make sure I bring the whole deregistration package from Camp Foster. Before I can get shipping insurance, I have to make sure I have to fully deregister the vehicle. So I have to go to LTO and then have my deregistration paperwork saying that it's no longer on the road, and then I'm allowed to have shipping insurance. So I've been running around this whole island trying to drive around from one insurance place, tell me to go to another insurance place, just to be told I need to get deregistered first. So hopefully you don't have to go through the same stuff I'm going through right now. So that's why you guys are watching this video, right? I'm at the VPC, and it looks like I'm not the only one that's going to be bringing a car back to the US. So everybody else is trying to export their car also. Just dropped off the vehicle over at the VPC, so now I need to go get my export certificate. So I'm gonna go bring all my deregistration paperwork and bring it over to the LTO, and after that we're gonna have to bring it back to the VPC, and then they're gonna be able to stamp some paperwork, and then they can export it from there. I just left the LTO, and this is the certificate that they gave me right here. Export certificate. So make sure you go there, get this certificate, and then bring it back over to the VPC. I just came from the VPC. They made a copy of my export certificate, as you can tell right there. And then now this is a certified copy that I need to take down to Camp Foster and give it to the base vehicle registration. And then they can take the vehicle off my name. After leaving the vehicle registration on Camp Foster over here, I turned in this. I already gave them a copy of this one right here, and then they took it off my name, and then they gave me this certificate right here. So this is the certificate I'm gonna need to take over to the customs and also to DMV later also. So make sure you guys hold on to this. Some things I wanted to mention was that the original copy of this right here is gonna get sent to your home of record that you have on file that you've been sending all your household goods to. Okay, so this certified copy, make sure you hold on to it, and then they'll send you the other one straight to your house. Okay, all right, right here, this is the other part we need for customs and everything. That's the one I just got from just deregistering my car. All right, so this is the package that the VPC sent me. Okay, it's a pretty big packet. All right, so right here it tells you the directions on where it's going to get sent to. I wanted to get sent over to Los Angeles, but they said they had to send it over to the closest port next to my next duty station, which is Camp Pendleton. So this is the address where I'm gonna have to go pick it up at. They said it's gonna be about 76 days for me to expect to get my car. So that they couldn't give me an average time because hey, it all depends on when the ship gets full and everything. So can't really complain about free, right? So the highlighted part is just what they make copies of and stuff. And just a whole bunch of different things in here. So you should go through here and it tells you what your responsibilities and everything are. Alright, so it's crazy because what they're gonna do is they're gonna send the ship down to this location first, which is where I wanted them to pick up or drop off my car and everything, but they said they gotta send it over to this one because of Camp Pendleton. But hey. Alright, this is the other forms right here. Right here they ask you how much your the value of your car is going to be, and I said $25,000. So alright, so this form right here is the most important one out of every single paper, because this is the form where they have to have when you go pick up your car. So this is where they did the inspection. They said this is where all the so-called blemishes are on the car, whether it be scratched or dents or scuffs or whatever it is. This is the form right here. Okay, so just to give you guys a heads up, I will be doing more videos when I pick up my car from the port, and then when I am taking it down to the place so that I can get it modified and updated so I can get it make it California legal. So if you want, you can follow me. It's gonna take a few months, probably about 3 months from now, and then you'll see all the stuff that coincides with the things I'm doing.